Text-to-voice synthesis provided by Vidnami. My Bad and the Boys. February 21, 2021 by Anna von Reitz. I always try to speak plain English, but it gets lost in translation into English, no less. Or maybe I should have anticipated, at my age, you think, that with millions of people unjustly incarcerated, I'd get quite a response to my announcement that we now know how to address the issues in both municipal courts and territorial courts? But I also said things like infancy and a few test cases and pleaded for patience and funding while we spool up outreach services, and that has not stopped a flood of thousands of emails and messages. There is a pecking order to this effort and different levels of activity associated with it. The first level is the individual cases. The second level is the public interest litigation. The first level is a solution for hard cases we have been slogging through. Due to limited funds, staff, and resources, we frontline cases where people's health is deteriorating due to incarceration, where children are being orphaned because a parent is in jail, or left in dangerous situations because of miscarriage of justice against a parent, and so on and on. These cases are life-threatening and heart-wrenching. They are urgent. Nobody would disagree. Looming over the top of all these painful individual cases is the need for public interest litigation, broad-spectrum, throw the rats under the bus litigation to put an end to the entire system and expose systemic accounting fraud throughout. My role in all of this draws me inexorably to the big picture issue of global relief and systemic correction, and away from individual cases. So in order for this to succeed, other people need to weigh in to assist with the individual cases, and I and my team need to get moving on the public interest litigation. I want to make it clear that once the test cases are finished, my role ends, and the protocols are set up, and God bless us all, there will be funding to set up regional outreach and then in-state outreach, to assist everyone who needs help on a case-by-case basis. One beautiful and clear result to date coming from this effort is that the courts are no longer so arrogant and reckless, no longer so eager to defraud, bully, and steal. Why? Because they are losing profit. And customers. With the courts as with every other aspect of these governmental service providers, they do all the ugly things they do to either make or to keep profits. That's their entire focus. When you deprive the rats of profit, they have no motive to continue. When you cost them more than they can ever get back in return, they leave you alone. All of a sudden the circling harpies disappear, no longer to be seen or heard. And that is true of the courts, the agencies, and the corporations, too. Instead of looking at you and slavering like dogs eyeing a steak, bar attorneys get a very studious, introspective look, and beat feet away at a jog trot. The highway patrol gets downright respectful and says, "Have a nice day." And the word spreads, as one former bar attorney told me with some glee, that, in the immortal words of Thin Lizzy, the boys are back in town.